We live in an age of constant noise, notifications, arguments, demands. Every moment pulls at our attention. Every headline tests our peace. But chaos isn't new. It's just louder now. We're bombarded with information, with opinions, with the digital clamor of a world that never sleeps. Our minds are battlegrounds, pulled in 1,000 directions at once. The feeling of being overwhelmed has become our new normal. We scroll through feeds of outrage. We sit in traffic jams fuming. We lie awake at night replaying arguments. It feels like the world is spinning faster and faster, and we're just trying to hold on. We crave a moment of quiet, a sliver of peace, but it seems impossible to find. Where do we turn when the pressure becomes too much? Do we shout back at the noise? Or is there another way? A way to find stillness in the middle of the storm? The answer isn't in escaping the world, but in transforming our relationship with it. And for that, we can look to the past, to a time of empires and emperors, a time that was just as chaotic as our own, if not more so. 2,000 years ago, one man ruled the most powerful empire on earth, and yet his greatest conquest wasn't of nations, but of his own mind. His name was Marcus Aurelius. Imagine the weight on his shoulders. He was the most powerful man in the world, responsible for millions of lives, for the stability of an empire that stretched across continents. He faced constant threats from barbarian invasions on the frontiers to political conspiracies in his own court. He endured a devastating plague that swept through the empire, personal betrayals, and the immense grief of losing many of his children. His world was one of constant crises, of life and death decisions made daily. By all accounts, he should have been a man consumed by stress, anxiety, and rage. But he wasn't. History remembers him not just as a powerful emperor, but as the philosopher king. A man who, amidst the chaos of war and politics, cultivated a profound inner calm. He didn't find this peace by retreating from his duties. He found it right in the heart of them. How did he do it? How did he maintain his composure when the world was falling apart around him? He had a secret weapon, not made of steel, but of thought. Marcus followed the philosophy of Stoicism, the art of controlling what you can, accepting what you can't, and mastering yourself in between. To him, emotions weren't enemies, only signals to understand. Stoicism, for Marcus, wasn't an abstract academic exercise. It was a practical, daily guide for living. It was a mental toolkit for navigating the hardships of life. The core idea is deceptively simple. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. We can't control the weather, the economy, or what other people think and do. Fretting about these things is a waste of our energy and a source of immense suffering. What can we control? Our thoughts, our judgments, our responses, our inner world. The Stoics taught that our emotions don't come directly from events themselves, but from the opinions we form about those events. Someone insults you. The insult itself is just words. It's your judgment. This is terrible. This is an attack on my honor that creates the anger. For Marcus, an emotion like anger or fear wasn't something to be suppressed, but to be examined. It was a signal that his judgment might be flawed. He could then question that judgment, adjust it, and regain his inner equilibrium. This wasn't about being emotionless. It was about being the master of your emotions, not their slave. In his book Meditations, Marcus wrote, "Only for himself, not to impress, but to remember. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That truth still echoes through time. These writings were his personal journal, a collection of reminders, exercises, and reflections. He wrote them in the quiet hours of the night, often in a tent on the front lines of a military campaign. He wasn't writing for an audience. He was writing to himself. He was coaching himself, reminding himself of the Stoic principles he was trying to live by. Think about that. The Emperor of Rome, in the middle of a war, writing notes to himself like, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury," or "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." He wasn't posturing. He was practicing. He understood that building a calm and resilient mind required constant effort, like an athlete training their body. His meditations are a testament to this practice. They show a man wrestling with his own flaws, his own anger, his own despair, and using philosophy as a practical tool to find his way back to reason and tranquility. It's one of the most intimate and powerful books ever written, a direct look into the mind of a great leader striving to be a good man. Today, Stoicism isn't about marble statues or Latin quotes. It's about focus, the calm reply, instead of the angry outburst. The breath before reacting, the ability to walk through chaos without letting it inside you. Its principles are more relevant now than ever. Think about your daily life. You get an infuriating email from your boss. The Stoic response isn't to fire back an angry reply, it's to pause, take a breath, recognize that the email is an external event, outside your control. Your reaction, however, is entirely within your control. You can choose to see it as a catastrophe, or you can choose to see it as a problem to be solved calmly and rationally. Someone cuts you off in traffic. You can lean on the horn, shout, and let your blood pressure skyrocket, ruining your own mood. Or you can accept it, remember that you can't control other drivers, and simply continue on your way, your inner peace undisturbed. This is practical Stoicism. It's about creating a small space between a stimulus and your response. And in that space lies your power, your freedom, and your calm. It's not about being passive. It's about choosing your battles wisely and realizing most battles are with yourself. Marcus Aurelius faced plague, betrayal, and war yet remained calm. He proved that peace isn't found in silence, but in self-mastery.com isn't weakness. It's power remembered. His life is the ultimate proof that external circumstances do not have to dictate our internal state. He held the fate of an empire in his hands, yet he focused on what truly mattered, the state of his own soul. He understood that true power wasn't the ability to command legions, but the ability to command oneself. This is the great lesson he left for us. Calm is not a passive state of inaction. It is an active state of awareness and control. It's the strength to absorb a blow without shattering. It's the clarity to make a good decision under pressure. In a world that prizes loud voices and dramatic reactions, choosing calm is a quiet act of rebellion. It's a declaration that you will not be a puppet to your circumstances or your fleeting emotions. You are the ruler of your own inner kingdom. That is the power that Marcus Aurelius discovered, and it is a power that is available to every single one of us, right here, right now. So, how can we start to cultivate this power in our own lives? It begins with small, conscious acts. Start your day with a moment of reflection. Think about the challenges you might face and remind yourself what is and is not in your control. Practice the view from above, a Stoic exercise where you imagine yourself looking down on the world from a great height. See your own problems in the context of the entire city, the country, the planet, the cosmos. See how small they are in the grand scheme of things. This helps cultivate perspective and lessens the emotional weight of your worries. When you feel a strong negative emotion rising, anger, anxiety, frustration, don't fight it, acknowledge it, name it. Then ask yourself, what judgment is causing this feeling? Is it a true and helpful judgment? Often, you'll find it's an exaggeration, a catastrophizing thought that you have the power to change. Practice mindfulness of your reactions throughout the day. Notice the gap between what happens and how you respond. Try to widen that gap, even by a single second. In that second, you can choose reason over reflex. This isn't an overnight transformation, it's a lifelong practice. Marcus Aurelius practiced it every day for decades, and even he wasn't perfect. He wrote about his own struggles with anger and impatience in his meditations. The goal isn't to become a perfect, unfeeling sage. The goal is to become better, a little calmer, a little wiser, a little stronger than you were yesterday. It's about progress, not perfection. The chaos of the world isn't going to disappear. There will always be traffic jams, difficult people, and unexpected crises. The notifications will keep buzzing. The headlines will keep screaming for your attention. But you don't have to let the chaos in. You can build a citadel within your own mind, a place of refuge and strength that no external event can breach. This was the promise of Stoicism 2,000 years ago, and it remains its promise today. The world can be a loud and turbulent place, but inside, you can be still, you can be calm. You have power over your mind. Realize this, and you will find strength. Maybe calm isn't new, maybe we just forgot it. In our relentless pursuit of more information, more stimulation, more success, we've forgotten the ancient wisdom that teaches us the value of less reactivity, less anxiety, less attachment to things beyond our control. The path to tranquility isn't found in a new app or a life hack. It's been waiting for us for centuries, written in the private journals of a Roman emperor who understood that the greatest empire we can ever rule is the one within. Thanks for watching. If this reflection resonated with you, consider subscribing for more journeys into lost knowledge and modern wisdom. Stay calm.